cryptocurrency may be the only currency. We're a DAO that has a fund. Like non-stable coins is now approaching. Apple's a huge company, and we're investing 100 to 300,000 USD.
So what is Orange DAO, how different it is, and why every founder who's in crypto should be excited about it? Hello, Orion. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you so much for making the time. So if I want to think of Orion, tell us a bit about yourself and how you ended up in crypto.
Hey, Tarek. Thanks for having me today. So I had bought some Bitcoin back in 2013 as an engineer. I was always very interested in new technology, whatever's coming along, and this whole Internet of Money sounded very exciting. I wish I could say I held on to that Bitcoin the whole time, but it was a great introduction. I actually applied to work at Coinbase back then, back in 2013. Ended up doing an MBA at Berkeley instead, but continued following along with crypto and how things were developing, and took a startup through Y Combinator, and by 2018, I was getting plugged in with the crypto community within YC alumni. And so from there, it really, just created the possibilities to get more involved. I had been running real estate funds as a general partner, and that gave me the financial and compliance familiarity to be able to step into a role with Orange DAO as a general partner, managing the back office of this fund.
Let's talk a bit about Orange DAO. Many people would if the first thing they would think, if they are not familiar with it, they may confuse it with investment syndicate. So what is Orange DAO, how different it is, and why every founder who's in crypto should be excited about it?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for asking. Always love talking about Orange DAO. So yeah, we're at orangedao.xyz, and basically by 2021, our WhatsApp group community of YC founders investing in crypto, we got to the point of saying, hey, what if we had a DAO to organize our efforts? What if we had a fund? We were all individual investors making our own private activities and investments. And we wanted to also just increase the deal flow that the Y Combinator community was getting, right? It's like a wonderful opportunity to be able to invest with YC, but we created the opportunity to invest before Y Combinator and bring deals to them, right, as well within crypto. So the way Orange DAO is set up, that is so different, right? It's, as you said, it's not a syndicate. The DAO does not vote on investments, but I like to say that we're a DAO that has a fund, and a fund is a traditional GP LP structure in the US. But the DAO itself doesn't have a legal, exists outside of any legal entities as a true on-chain DAO, but the DAO also has a Cayman foundation so that the DAO has an entity that can legally do things, right? But the primary vehicle, the way things work, is that the general partners of the fund, which is me and Don Ho and Ben Huh, we are putting in 100% of the carry into the DAO treasury, and this is covered in the DAO charter. And that carry is going to become part of the treasury that's controlled by the governance token. Members can earn the governance token for doing things that support founders by bringing them into the program, and helping us invest in them, and then evaluating deal flow, right? But again, different from an investment syndicate, because we're not just writing individual checks. We have a lot of members who are LPs in the fund, meaning they put money in, but being an LP in the fund does not make you a DAO member. Being a DAO member does not make you a member of the fund, right? So another kind of nuance. Originally, it was only YC members who were allowed to join. We've expanded that to our own portfolio. And so now there's this built-in mechanism where startup founders share the upside of other companies, right? Now the effect and the amount is, perhaps nominal starting out, but for anybody who becomes a regular contributor, right, then that ownership becomes significant, right? So it's truly community capital, different from venture capital.
I like this perspective, to be honest. Like, and people get excited when they hear about Orange DAO, specifically founders who are my friends. Like, how associated are you with YC alumni network? Like, people think you're not associated with YC fund. This is super clear, but like, how connected Orange DAO with the YC network?
Yeah, so it's really at a personal level. We're within Orange DAO, we have about 20% of the global YC community are members, which is, yeah, it's pretty awesome. It blew our expectations away. And so yeah, in our community, we have about 1,500 members now. As I mentioned, we've grown to include our own portfolio. So that's about 400 founders that we're still in the process of onboarding. So we've been going through a lot of growth lately, but yeah, really, I feel very close to the YC community and being plugged in, and we have a lot of founders who are actively involved in other aspects as well.
Yeah, given that you've been the investment thing for a while, I want to talk about your investment thesis and how do you approach, because the crypto is still like kind of new. I mean, it's weird to say to still saying crypto is new, but like if we're talking about like traditional investment vehicles, is pretty new industry. How would you approach when you're analyzing crypto founders versus traditional founders, be it fintech or like insurtech or any other field? Like, what's Orange DAO investment thesis here?
Yeah, great question. So we invest similar to our shared experience, which is based on Y Combinator and investing very early stage, right? And so we focus on things where we have a competitive advantage. Certainly the early stage is helpful for that. And what that means is we're almost always investing in companies pre-revenue, sometimes pre-product as well. And so it's much more of a team or founder bet overall. But as far as how to look at that differently within crypto, right, we look at companies that are having blockchain technology core to their business. Usually, it's possible to go outside of that, right? It could be a product where their primary customer is crypto companies, right? But we focus on whatever is going to bring more users into crypto and more builders into crypto. And so this could range from infrastructure to the app layer, right? Folks building consumer-facing apps, but certainly infrastructure. What I mean is serving institutional clients on the DeFi side as well. So we end up looking for founders with unique insights on how they can get their customers. It's really helpful to have a competitive advantage in going to market. If you say, well, we're gonna use Google ads, we're gonna do Facebook ads or Twitter Spaces, whatever it is, it's like, well, yeah, this is the menu that's available to everybody, but it's going to really help if you have some special expertise or connections there. Similarly, we look for founders that have some insights that they've learned from talking to customers, right? And it's very important to demonstrate that you do talk to your customers and that you're able to learn from what they're telling you.
I'm always curious about this perspective. Like from GP perspective in crypto, we're always like having the argument that crypto is finding a solution to no problems, right? Like as if we're imposing problems to non-existing solutions. So from that perspective, how would you assess like your thesis? Like, is Orion focusing more on opening new markets and founders looking into the next Airbnb, or Orion looking into like actual pain points that can be solved via either crypto or blockchain as a technology?
Right. Yeah, I think that's really nicely framed. Kind of for us, the overall picture there, it is early. It's interesting, right? Because, okay, crypto's been around for 13, 14 years almost, maybe 13. So, but it is very early in sense of market capture, total value locked compared to the global financial markets, right? We're just under 3 trillion in crypto, right? And if you look at the top chains that are building meaningful value, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and competitors that are truly trying to solve problems with technology, the combined market cap of all of them. This was an interesting report by Pantera Capital. They've tracked like matching it, and at some point it was like, okay, Pottery Barn. Now the entire crypto market of like non-stable coins is now approaching Apple,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And so Apple's a huge company, but we're talking about all of the crypto companies working together. So does it seem to you that, they're solving an even bigger problem and that they could ultimately be worth more? I mean, I think with Apple, it's kind of a tough question because we hold them in high esteem, but ultimately that means there's a lot of room to grow, and it also shows there's a lot of room for the financial value locked and capital in crypto to keep growing, right? So we're basically we believe blockchain is going to change the world, and I personally believe that someday cryptocurrency may be the only currency.
Before delving into Orion's perspective on institutional capital, I want to talk about the upcoming batch that you're having. So tell us what every crypto founder should hear, like what Orange DAO is cooking now.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so we invest primarily now through our Orange Fellowship, and we're getting ready to host, I believe, our 6th batch, which is we're renaming it from like batch 6 to just summer 24. That's going to make a lot more sense. But applications are open now, and I believe they're closing at the end of the month, which is in 2 weeks. And so you can find this at orangedao.xyz. And it's a program, it's a 10-week accelerator in San Francisco, live, which we think is very important. And we're investing 100 to 300,000 USD in each company, probably looking at 15 to 20 companies. As we keep getting more and more applications coming in, recently, for the last batch, we were able to take the top 1%. Now, I don't want that to be discouraging, right? But I do want it to be encouraging that, hey, we've assembled a cohort of very high quality founders, and we'd love for crypto startups to apply to be a part of it. So we're very excited at how that's been going. So typically we do a 2% program fee, and invest 100 to 300K on a safe with MFN. We try to keep terms very standard and founder friendly. And so there is like a 2-to-1 token allocation. If tokens are created, it's not a requirement. And we've been developing our own investment docs to help set the stage and participate in the standardization of terms that are very founder friendly.
Perfect. For me personally, I've known you for the last 2 years. I've talked with the crypto portfolio founders. Everybody was happy and everybody's satisfied. And the main value prop for you guys is literally the network and how they feel that they belong there. So literally shout out to you guys, and I encourage every crypto or blockchain founder to apply to this match. So
Thanks, Tarek. Yeah, I really appreciate it.